Hello everyone, welcome to Auto All About. So for today's video, we have the all-new 2022 Haval H6, the 5-seater mid-size SUV from Haval, which is completely redesigned for the model year 2022. So we have our model in the silver color this time, and this car cost around 90,000 dirhams for the fully optioned model here in UAE. That's a very good deal for such a fully loaded vehicle. So in today's video, we will have a full in-depth review of the Haval H6 with a test drive. So let's have a look at the exterior first. So from the front end, the major attraction this time is this beautiful mesh kind of grille, which has got kind of a metallic finish. That's a very nice design to have a look. And in the center, we have the Haval logo itself, along with the front view camera, part of the 360-degree camera system. Now coming towards the lights, these are full LED projector headlamps, and at the bottom we have the daytime running lamp. The same works as an indicator lamp as well, and below that we have a fog lamp as well. And you can see there are front and side parking sensors as well. So the car has got all the driver assistance systems such as blind spot monitoring, the line keep assist, the automatic emergency braking system, and rear cross traffic alert, etc, etc. So there are a lot of sensors and all mounted inside the grille area here in the front. And coming to the lower side, we have the grille continues here along with some plastic design elements. So overall front end looks really stunning and a great appealing look actually. And on top of the windshield, again we can see there is front mounted camera and other sensors, part of the driver assistance systems. So coming towards the sides, in this particular full option model, we have the 19-inch wheels with 225 series tires and disc brakes standard in all four corners. And this is the look of the side profile. Car continues with that same higher rear end kind of design language. And coming towards the mirror, we have a dual tone mirror with a piano black. At the bottom, it has got that LED indicator lamps as well as another camera. Now they have given a chrome element around the windows here, and the pillars are blacked out in piano black. And on the top we have aluminum roof rails along with a full panoramic sunroof, and there is a shark fin under as well. The fuel filler cap is mounted on the driver's side, which is a push to open kind of one. And at the bottom also we can see there is another aluminum strip given with the bottom side again blacked out. Now we are coming towards the rear. This is the look of the rear end. Haval has gone for that full LED light bar this time with a huge Haval logo below that. The lights are fully LED this time, and also we have another high mounted stop lamp in the top spoiler. So that is the shark fin antenna once again. There's a rear wiper also available. Below that we have another beautiful chrome strip continues, and also there is another rear view camera and the trunk opening button also mounted over here. On the left side we have the H6 with 4-wheel drive lettering, and on the right side we have the GWM, which stands for the Great Wall Motors. At the bottom we have again some parking sensors, and in the center we have a fog lamp. And this time Haval has gone for under the body exhaust instead of that quad tip exhaust of the last year's model. However, the car looks really beautiful, and it's a very good refresh given by Haval this time. So that's it about the exterior. Now we will have a look at the interior of the H6. Before that, here is a look at the key fob. It's a standard Haval key fob with a panic button on the top. Then we have lock, unlock, and the trunk opening buttons. So the car comes with keyless entry as standard. If you have the key fob in the pocket, we have a lock button on the door handle. Simply push it and the door locks, and we can grab the door handle to unlock the car. So once we open up the doors, it's almost a 90-degree opening door with multi-layer finishes. You can see on top we have some injection molded plastic with some nice stitchings given, and then there is leather finish, beautiful leather finish actually. And then there is a piano black element with the window controls and the mirror controls. There are 2 speakers available, part of the 8-speaker audio system. At the bottom we have some hard touch plastic area with some nice amount of storage space. Nice design overall. So this is the look at the interior of the all new H6. A very beautifully done dual tone interior with 2 massive screens and very less physical controls. So let's have a look at the seats first. So here is the look at the dual tone seats of the H6. Actually these seats are heated and ventilated seats. In this lower portion you can see the ventilated areas. It is fully power adjustable. For the driver we have lumbar adjustments and the power adjustments, and for the passenger we have the power adjustments only. There is no lumbar adjustments for the passenger. Now let's step inside. Before that we have the Haval logo given at the door sills as well. So once we step inside, the doors are very solid. So the start stop button is given at the bottom. So the overall interior has got a dual tone finish here. Lot of soft touch materials on the top side. Here we have soft touch, then we have some aluminum insert here, goes all the way across the dashboard, and then we have this leather finishes and a nicely integrated AC vents, along with some hard touch plastic areas at the bottom and a piano black center console. Over here below the aluminum trim we have a red color mode lighting which continues all the way below these aluminum trims throughout the cabin. That's a really nice touch, and also we have some kind of a design projecting from that light towards this leather area. It's all done very nicely by Haval. Overall a very minimalistic design but beautifully done. So let's start with the left side as usual. Here we have the trunk release button, the light level adjustment, and the traction control off button, and the hill descent control on off button. And below that we have a small storage space given. Talking about the steering wheel itself, we have got a nice round steering wheel along with some aluminum inserts in the center, and a horn is there in the center as well. It's a normal horn actually. There are some nice stitchings given. It has got manual tilt and telescopic functions, and on the left side of the steering column we have the cruise control settings. It has got the adaptive cruise control here. So in order to set the cruise control, in this position cruise control will be turned off. If you pull it towards the driver, it will switch on the cruise control system, and then simply press it to the bottom side to activate the cruise control. Then you can increase and decrease the speed from here, and the distance between the front car can be adjusted from using these buttons. An easy to use system. Actually the car has got normal cruise control as well as the adaptive cruise control. So the first time when you press towards the driver, it will be activating the normal cruise control. If you press it once again, that will goes to the adaptive cruise control. On top of that we have the automatic lighting control stack. Here we have the fog lamp controls, then we have the automatic light controls. On the right side we have the controls for the automatic wipers and the rear wipers. Now coming towards the steering wheel itself, we have 2 paddle shifters given here, and on the left and right we have some controls. The left side controls the media. Here we have the volume plus and minus and the next and previous track, and also the mode switch, that means the source selection, and the mute button is there along with the Bluetooth telephone answering button. And then we have a voice command button is there. In fact it will work only with the Apple CarPlay. The car comes with Apple CarPlay. There is no Android Auto standard in UAE. So once you connected the phone with the Apple CarPlay, you can use the phone's native voice command system through this button. On the right side we have some controls for this beautiful 10-inch instrument cluster. The instrument cluster controls will not work if there is any warning. So currently we have a warning. The right side area is taken for that warning of the seat belts. Since I am in the driver's seat, I will have to wear the seat belts to use the full control of the instrument cluster. Okay, so talking about the instrument cluster, it has mainly got this right and left scenes which is configurable. Center area will be taken for the driver assistance system such as the line keep assist and also all the details about the line keep assist. And it will even, the camera will sense the lines in front of you. Actually it will sense your current line and the right and left lines as well, and all the vehicles moving on the line will be symbolically shown in this center screen. So once the driver assistance and line keep systems are on, the center area will be permanently taken for those systems. Otherwise we can even have a configurable screen in the center as well. So here currently we have the right and left areas which are configurable. You can select using this right and left buttons. So if you go to the right button, currently it is showing the range and fuel consumption trip details, so that can be toggled by the up and down button. Here you can see the tire pressure monitoring, trip details, fuel consumption details, and again the range. So if you want to show something else here, press the home button. That will bring this sub menu here. So we are currently in the car menu. If you go to the right side, you have the media. So it has been changed to the media controls now. Then we have the navigation. Again, that will work only with the Apple CarPlay in this particular model. Then we have any warnings display, and then the settings for the same. So here we can choose with the units, the driving data details, maintenance miles, and reset options are given here. There's a back button to go back at any point of time. So similarly, if you go to the left, you can do the same thing. You can press the home button and you can select whatever you want to display over there. So that's it. Now other than this, we have the warnings given on the top, like the lighting controls, and the external temperature is given here, the time is given there, and at the bottom we have the engine temperature and the fuel gauges along with the which gear you are driving currently in, and the RPM and the speed is given on the right and left. Here is also, you can see there is a roadside recognition system, so this is a speed limit recognized by the car. Then on the right side bottom we have the current driving mode displayed here, and here we can see some other symbol showing currently active systems. For example, this is the forward collision warning and this is the blind spot monitoring. These are all active right now, that's why it is showing over here. And on the left side also we have some other warnings for the automatic parking brake, etc., and the odometer readings are also given on the left side. So that is a beautiful HD instrument cluster. On top of that we have head-up display over here. I'm not sure whether you can see it clearly or not. So anyways, that will be displaying the speed. Again, the same kind of driver assistance features also will be projected over here, and with the cruise control set speed and the roadside recognized speed, etc. All the details, maximum available details will be displayed over there. So that's a beautiful system. So now moving on to the 12.3-inch center screen. That's a really nice instrument cluster over here, a redesigned one for a Haval model, which is different from the last model, the H9, which we have tried. So this is a really responsive instrument cluster. So we have 3 tabs over here, which is always displayed as standard. On the left side we have the radio, then we have the music controls, and on the right side we have the dual zone automatic AC controls here. So the AC can be controlled directly from this screen if you just want to adjust the temperature only, or if you want a detailed HVAC menu, we can simply click on that. That will bring up the full detail menu. Here we can select between the dual mode so that we can adjust the temperatures separately. Then we have all the other adjustments given over here, and also even we can select how the AC system should work in the auto mode. So if you want to have a strong air flowing through the air vents, we can go for the strong mode, or else if you want it to start softly, we can go for the soft one. So that's it about the AC system. Now coming towards the radio, this is the standard radio menu. We have the preset channels given over here, and we can even select between FM and AM from this area. You want to go to the audio settings, simply press the settings. It will bring you to the full menu. The first one being the audio, we can go to the audio settings. The car comes with an 8-speaker audio system, that is a woofer and a tweeter on each door. That brings the 8-speaker audio system. It is not a surround system, but still it's a very good audio system. Here we have even an option for a DTS audio. That is kind of a 3D effect, which almost brings a feel of the surround sound audio system. So if you turn it on, we don't have any other controls available for the audio. If you want to adjust the settings manually like an equalizer and all, you can simply turn off the DTS. Then you will have an access to the equalizer settings. Here we can adjust the bass, treble and mid tones as you wish, but I prefer the DTS audio effect, which works fantastically. Now, so other than that, everything is standard controls. These are the controls for the frequency adjustments, etc, etc. So the next control is the media. Again, similar to the radio controls. Here we can select between different media options like the Bluetooth audio, iPod, USB video, even CarPlay. So even if you go to the Bluetooth, we have the standard system along with again the access to the settings and etc. So that's it about the main home screen. Now there is a notification area available. Simply drag down to access to the notification. As you can see, there is no physical volume knob in this car as any standard car. We have only this physical buttons on the steering column. There is no other volume controls available here. So to access the volume control easily, you can simply drag it down, and here we have an adjustment for the volume and the brightness of the screen. And also there are some other items almost similar to our smartphone. So the first one, TOD, is written to simply brings the screen to a standby mode. Then we have the Bluetooth head-up display on and off button, display off button. This is an option to bring the camera system. And then we have the wireless charger on and off button. The wireless charger is located over here. So that's it about the notification area. If there is any other notification, it will be shown over here. So now if you go further, if you just simply drag it from the right, we have two options, applications and functions over here. In the application, we have the Apple CarPlay, radio, again the multimedia, Bluetooth, phone, system settings, vehicle settings and picture. So if you go to the system settings, these are the settings available. The audio system settings we have already discussed. On top of that, we have the incoming call, ringtone selection, etc, etc only. And then we have the display settings. Here we can select between two themes for the instrument cluster. Currently we are in a theme called the Space Fold. There is another one called this Foreign Space. If you apply that one, here is a look at the instrument cluster in the new theme. Even that changes the theme to the center console as well. So here you can see there is a rotating earth will be always showing on the left side, and the speed and the arrangements are being changed a little bit as well. So here we have adjustment only for the right side screen. If you see, only in this area we have the configurable screen. Other things are now standard. Right now you can see overall look of the instrument panel as well as the infotainment system has been changed to the new theme. So here we are again in the application and the settings. So that is the new theme. Again we are going back to the old one. Okay, so other than that, we have got the brightness and for everything, the instrument cluster, the overall brightness and the head-up display brightness. Simply we can put it into auto mode so that the car will control itself. So then we have some other functions such as these status bar displays, that is the Bluetooth, media mix, whichever things you want to show it in the status bar, we can simply select it from here. Then the standby clock also, so that means if you turn off this display, we will have a clock display here. So we can decide which kind of clock should be there. You can choose it between the dial and digital one. So the next one is a device list for the paired Bluetooth devices. Then we have the time and date adjustment, language selection, steering wheel key function. So here we have a configurable key in the steering wheel which can be controlled from this menu. So you can decide what you want to display over here. So right now we have the head-up display controls being configured to this key. So other than that, we can go for the wireless charging on off, play, favorite stations, best listening positions, etc. can be configured over here. Okay, so the next one is the storage space. It will show the memory status of the system itself. It has got a 64 GB internal storage. So we will have the memory usage details, and then we have the normal system information and factory reset options. These are the system settings. Now there is a vehicle settings tab. This controls the remaining functions of the car, such as the light. So we can set the time settings for the light on and off after we are locking the car or exiting the car. Then we have the driving settings. In this menu we have the unlock mode for the doors, speed lock for the automatic locking windows, then the fatigue warning, the intelligent start stop, that is the auto start stop function, we can turn it on and off from here, ignition off and unlock, this kind of functions are all being controlled by here. Even the drive modes can be toggled from this menu, we'll come to that in a moment. Then the steering mode also can be selected from this menu. The next one is the seating controls. This is one of the drawback of the car. There is no easy access to the seating controls. Even the car comes with heated and ventilated seats. It can be accessed only through this settings menu. So here we have the heating function, here we have the ventilation function. Both comes with the 3 level of adjustments for the driver and passenger. The next one is the intelligent driving, that is the driver assistance systems. You can see here front assist, lane assist, side assist and traffic sign recognition. It is given. So in the front assist system, we can see there is pedestrian safety assist. We can choose what to do, brake, or we can turn off the system. That means once the car detects any pedestrian, it can brake automatically. Then we have the crash safety alert. So if you click on this one, it will be giving you a description over to the right side. So when there is a collision risk, the car will brake automatically. So even you can turn it off from here. Then again, cross traffic alert. So if you're turning to the left or right, if you have an oncoming traffic, the car will again brake automatically. Then we have the line assist system. So basically that is a line keep assist. There are a lot of settings for that one. Emergency line keeping, smart dodge, etc. These are all nice functions actually. Depending on the person who drives, we can turn it on and off. So here, for example, we have a smart dodge function. That is basically if you are driving nearby any truck, the car will simply keep a distance from the truck automatically. And we can even adjust the sensitivity levels of these systems from here. Then we have the side assist system. These are basically the blind spot monitoring. We have on the mirrors, the blind spot monitoring warnings are given on the mirrors. There is a door open warning. If there is an oncoming cyclist or something on the right or left side, it will give you a warning before opening the door. Then there is a rear crash warning. Again, if there is a vehicle from the backside approaching in a dangerous way, the car will give you a warning so that we can avoid a collision. Then we have standard rear cross traffic and the rear cross traffic brake functions. The traffic sign recognition, we can simply turn it on and off from here. The speed warning, according to the detected traffic sign, that also can be turned on and off from this menu. Then we have the parking menu. The car comes with automatic parking function as well. So the settings and status can be seen from here. The road calibration settings, so we have an option to calibrate the parking system, because as I tried once, it was not well calibrated. The parking slots were detected wrongly even. So that can be adjusted through the calibration from here. And then again we have the radar settings for the parking system. So we can simply decide which all parking sensors to be turned on automatically when you are in the parking mode, automatic parking mode. So the next setting is for the head-up display. In here we can select different modes. There are normal, sport or snow. There are 3 modes available for the head-up display, and there will be a preview shown on the right side. And then we have the normal height adjustment, bright adjustment, etc. at the bottom. The next one is a comfort menu. In that we can select the timer for the automatic wiper to how long it should work once we operated it. And then there is a wireless charging on and off function, and the rear view auto folding rear view mirror on and off function. Then last one is a vehicle state that shows the battery percentage simply. So that is the vehicle settings menu here. Now then there is a picture tab here. If you have any USB or other memory devices connected, you can simply select a picture to bring it as a wallpaper here. So these are the major settings in the car. The next one is a function tab. Here, this is a configurable tab. Simply if you press on any of them, you will have an option to remove it or add new one. Currently we have option to add here, but there are no other functions available. All the available functions are already been added to this screen. So these are the shortcuts basically. Here we can select the driving mode, the steering mode directly from this menu. There is normal, eco, sport, snow, sand and off-road. These are the modes available in this vehicle. So that is a quick access to the driving mode. There are no other driving mode selection buttons anywhere in this cabin. So this will be the easiest way. Simply if you are in a home screen, drag it, you have the drive modes. Then again, the steering modes also can be selected from the same menu. We have an easy access to the equalizer settings here. Then again, the memory details and the cleanup options are also available as a shortcut. Intelli mode takes you to the driver assistance system settings. Next one is the auto start stop function. That also can be toggled from this quick access tab. Then we have the line keep assist, can be toggled from here as well. Seat heating and cooling also having a quick access. That's a good option. Then we have the automatic rear view mirrors. So these are now this is something to talk about. Here we have the full 360-degree camera system, that also with a very high resolution cameras. Haval has done a very nice job. You can see we have even an option to look around the car, and it gives you the details very accurately. So even the system, you can see once you turn the steering wheel, the wheels in the image also turns automatically. A system which is very nicely done. Even you can choose the color of the car which you want to display over here from the menu. So right here on the left side, we have some options for the 360-degree camera system. We can choose between 3D and 2D system. So right now we have a normal view and the top view. From this top view, even we can choose different cameras, right, left, front or rear. So that's it. Then next one is again another set of camera views, and the next one is the automatic parking tab. So here, once you are in the parking tab, it will ask you to put the vehicle into the drive mode and searching for parking. Then the car will be parking to that area automatically. So let's try a parallel parking now. So we will turn on to parking search mode. So the car finds a parking, and click on the parking and click on one key parking. Then release the brake, sit and wait for the car to park itself. That's it. It comes to parking automatically. We can even go for a park out function as well. And the next one is in reverse. The first one being in the drive mode, and the next one is being in a reverse mode. The car will search for the parking and it will park automatically. And then we have another button for the trailer attaching and all. This will be focusing on the rear end mainly. So next one is the settings for the automatic 360-degree parking system. There is IntelliView mode, we can turn it on and off. So since we are in the reverse mode, the car will be shown from the front side for an easy looking towards the rear side. And if you put the car back to the drive, then you have another top view from the rear side. That is what the Intelli mode does. So then we have the moving object detection, car model color. Even you can adjust the car model color, silver, gray or red color. Transparency can be also adjusted so that we can see the things below the car. Then the car model auxiliary line, 2D or none. The rear radar display also can be adjusted between 2D or 2D and 3D. Then the alarm tone and level adjustment also is given here. It's a very nice camera system in fact. So that's it about the infotainment screen. On top we have the HVAC system information given on the left side. On the right side we have the time and some other active systems shown like Bluetooth and wireless charging on and off. All these details will be shown on the top right side. So that's it, a nicely integrated system. And the bottom we can again see this beautiful AC vents, nicely integrated with the design of the dashboard. So coming towards the bottom, we have 7 physical buttons here. The first one is for completely turning off the HVAC system. The next one is for turning off the air conditioning, so that we'll have only fan working. Then we have the front and rear defogger. In the center we have the hazard light warnings. Then we have another shortcut to bring up the camera system, and then we can turn off the infotainment system. It will be always displaying this standby screen. Now at the bottom you can see the finishes are given in piano black. It's very solid finish over here. And then there is a wireless charger available, a nice place to keep your phone. Then we have this beautiful crystal kind of rotary dial for the gear selection. Simply rotate it to the desired level to select between reverse, neutral and drive. If you toggle it once again, it will bring you to the manual mode, so that it will be displayed here. So the car has got a 7-speed automatic gearbox, so that does its job really nice as well. So below that we have the electronic parking brake and the auto hold function toggle switches. There is 2 large cup holders available. Even it can be made as a single storage space if you don't want to use it as a cup holder. Then there is another place where we can keep small diaries, or even the smartphone can be kept vertical over this position. Then we have a nice storage space available here. So the armrest is finished in black leather, again with nice stitchings. If you come to the right side, we have a fairly large glove box. So the overall dashboard design is done really nicely by Haval. Now having a look at the top side, we have an automatic dimming rear view mirrors here. On the top we have lights, and the controls are given over here. There is a full panoramic sunroof available for the car, and the controls are given here for the tilt and the shade controls. And also we have a sunglass holder here. The roof lining is finished in cloth. Here we have illuminated vanity mirrors for the driver and passengers on the sunshades. And if you closely look here, there is even a USB port available on the top side to attach it, to connect it with any dash cam if you want to have. So another thing to show you is a nice amount of storage space at the bottom here. Since we have only an electronic gear selector, there is a lot of amount here Haval has utilized in a very good manner, and that almost solves an issue of a tissue box holder in any car. So most of the car we will not find any proper space to hold a tissue box. In this car we can even fix a full size tissue box over here. And also there are 2 USBs and a charging port in this portion as well. So that's it about the front end of the Haval H6. We'll have a look at the rear space now. So opening the rear door, again a 90-degree opening door here with a similar layer of finishes as the front end one. We have the window control for the fully automatic windows, and 2 speakers as I said earlier. So now this is the look of the rear seats. Similar finishes, dual tone, but there is no heating and cooling in this particular model for the rear seats, but it's available in some other countries. So let's step inside and see the space. So right now I'm in the rear side, and the front seats are adjusted to my height, that is 6 feet, and I'm getting a couple of inches of leg space. We have adequate space for 3 adults in this car, and also we are having almost a flat floor here, so that makes it easy to fit 3 adults in this car. There are rear AC vents available, but there are no controls for that. 2 USBs, and there are some nice storage pockets given here. We have enough headroom as well. Also there are lights and some grab handles given here as well. The beautiful panoramic sunroof, and in the center we have a retractable armrest with the 2 cup holders. So there is no reclining function for this seat. It sits in a fixed position. So even though the seats are comfortable, so here is a look at the front cabin from the rear side. So that's it about the rear side space. Now let's take a look at the trunk of the car. So it's a fully electronic trunk here. So here we are looking at around 600 liters of trunk space. It even comes with a partition if you want. And there are some hooks given here, the first aid kit and the 12-volt power outlet, and the lighting is also given here. So if you open up the space, we have a space saver rear tire and the tools given here. So if you fold up the 60/40 rear seats, you will have a very large storage space available. So to close the trunk, simply press the button. So now let's have a look at the engine. So that's the engine bay. We are looking at a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that makes around 224 horsepower and 385 Newton meters of torque. The car is mated to a 7-speed automatic gearbox. So the engine has been improved from the last year's model, which was producing only around the 200 horsepower. So that's a nice improvement. Let's drive the car and see how it performs. So driving the all-new H6. It is a fun to drive car, in fact, with all these driver assistance systems. That makes the driving a lot more easier in this car. First things, we'll talk about the comfort. So in the front seats, for a 6-feeter like me, what I felt was the thigh support should have been improved a little bit, or else the seat position should have been towards the upper side a little bit. Right now it is almost in a flat level, so that we will always feel like we are sliding off the seats if in case of a braking or something. So that could have been improved a little bit, because we don't have an adjustment to raise the front side of the seat. There is an adjustment only to lift up the whole seat itself. That is one downside I felt. Even we can get used to that seating once we drive the car for a while. I love all the other systems and convenience settings available in this car. Especially there is a really nice dual zone air conditioning system. The seat cooling and heating function is also a really nice add-on to that. And the visibility also, I didn't felt any inconveniences for that. Even the mirrors are large enough to have a proper view of the both sides of the roads. And the infotainment system and the lack of physical controls might be an issue for some people, but for me, in couple of days driving, I have been used to this system, and once we are getting used to this infotainment system, it is pretty easy for us to drive with it. Now talking about the safety, the car comes with almost all available safety features. It comes with full front and side curtain airbags, and we have ABS, EBD, etc, etc, and all the driver assistance packages like the line keep assist, the blind spot monitoring system, the forward collision warning, the rear cross traffic alert. So a lot of things are loaded up into this system. So right here we have enabled the cruise control. Now the car is controlling the lines and the speed by itself. Even on the head-up display we are getting the similar kind of track views over there, along with the speed and the set cruise control speed and the detected speed. All these things are clearly visible with that large head-up display. With all these driving assistance functions, driving is a lot more easier in this car. And the performance also, since there is an improvement of around 25 horsepower compared to the previous model year, that's a nice improvement. In fact, I didn't felt any heavy turbo lag also in this car. So that's the blind spot warning. We have a flash along with the warning here. So overall it's a good value for money at just 90,000 dirhams for the full option model like this. This is a very good deal in the mid-size 5-seater SUV category. So I hope you have liked the video. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel if you like my videos. We'll be back with a new video soon. Till then, take care, drive safe and goodbye.